Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 11 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life Series 19. And today's sketch is this hand-drawn one by Angie. I think it's Auschek. If that's wrong, I'm very, very sorry. And it is officially, it looks like one picture and then some journaling, but I'm actually going to use two. I'm also going to flip it. The bigger picture is on the top left and the smaller space or picture or journaling space is on the bottom right, but I'm going to flip that just because of the where my pictures are and how my grandson is facing. I am going to use Reasons to Smile by Chamel because this is a very fitting picture or pictures for that. I'm going to use some Delusion Shimmer Spray just to add a little bit of mixed media on here. And I'm actually going to do some stitching. So I've got some papers. I've got my embellishments. I have two different pictures, some thread already ready to go, and some mixed media, as well as this very lovely sketch. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so first things first, I am going to put down my just regular white solid cardstock and kind of get an idea for where I'm going to put my pictures so I can put this thread line somewhere near the middle. It doesn't have to be, like on her sketch, it's pretty much that way, but I do end up trimming a little off the side so it's not going to be completely centered on the bigger picture. I'm fine with that. And then I take this lovely placing tool that my friend Julie gave me as a gift, me and a group of ladies at a retreat. And it is one of the greatest gifts. It's like an aligner. And I don't know if it's intended for making the little holes like this or if it's just, whatever. She showed us some different things. But it has been a godsend because I cannot make a straight line. Even with a ruler, y'all, it's terrible. So I lay that down and poke a hole through every other hole so then it's spaced out. It's lovely. I use this dark blue and just do a, just an in and out. I don't even know what they're called. I don't stitch. To be 100% honest, when I told Tara, the paper snob, that I was considering stitching for these little lines down things, she said, "Do you have a fever? Are you feeling okay?" Because I don't typically stitch unless it's like a prompt or I'm scrap lifting her because she stitches on a lot of layouts. I think stitching is gorgeous, especially when you do all these fancy stitches, but I don't typically do it because it's time consuming and I get carpal tunnel and between poking the holes and then stitching. Plus, I can't stand threading a needle. So she's sent me something on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on Amazon to order that will help me with that. And of course, it's not coming in until after I'm done with this lovely layout, but it's fine. In the future, I will have a thing to help me do that. So after I got done, I decided I already had decided I was going to map my picture on this really cool blue and white star paper because there are stars all over his cake. And so it's perfect. But because it's a really light color and the stars are white, I wanted to have this paper stand out. So I ink around it with Chip Sapphire and just a little blending tool. And then I take the Distress Oxide, the Delusion Shimmer Spray by Diane Reefley in London Blue, and I splatter it pretty much in a diagonal from the top right to the bottom left. I'm being kind of generous, especially in the corners, because I want the areas to peek out a little bit more. And I did put like a little light line where the picture was going to go, so I would make sure that there would be enough peeking out here and there. I don't want it to be heavy-handed or crazy, but I wanted to have something other than the solid white paper and these blue lines up the middle. So, and then I take this wood grain paper from the paper pad, the 6x8 paper pad, and I mat my pictures. Originally, I thought I'd do something darker, but I didn't feel like it really needed it. I don't want to take away from the picture, which I really don't think you can, because this, especially the top picture, is so freaking cute. And so it makes me giggle to look at. So I did the wood grain and considered drawing around it with a blue pen, but I still just felt like it didn't need it. I feel like it stands out enough and the picture brings enough attention on its own. I am going to do some embellishing around it that will also just encourage your eye to the picture. And then the bottom one has a thicker border on the left side because it says date on that paper. And so I stamp the date on there. His actual birthday is the 23rd, which is actually the day I'm recording this. So today officially is my grandson's first birthday, but you all won't be seeing this till the 11th of October. So he's well into that next month of his life. But I am a little ahead. I was more ahead, but I had been very busy planning this birthday party and getting a lot of crazy things done at work. So I had taken a couple of days off from scrapping, which is kind of crazy for me because I normally don't do that. But I needed, I went to bed early. For me, that's like 11:30 and then fell asleep at like 1:30. But still, that's pretty good for me. So I add these balloons, because there's already this teal and the orange in the cake and in another, bit that I'm going to add, this little wordy bit that says life is good. I felt like it was fine to bring in some more color. There's also a little tag or cut apart down there that's got a piece of cake on it. So let's eat cake. I figure between all of those things, I can bring the colors in with these balloons. So I do that. I add these little stars. On the sketch, there's like these little circles above the little journaling spot. And since I'm not using a journaling spot, I thought, well, I'm going to use that same kind of thing. But I did the stars instead because, like I said, there are stars all over his cake. It was a outer space theme, obviously, galaxy theme, because his name is Apollo. And so there's lots of outer space astronaut planets and things like that around here. So right now and for the next moment or so, you're going to see me faff around and figure out where I want to put this little title. It says all done, which is what he's doing up there in that top picture. I tapped him on the shoulder because he was kind of slowing down his digging into the cake. And I said, are you all done? And I kind of like, shrugged my shoulders, and he put his hands in the air and did the sign language that we've taught him to say all done. And of course, some cake went flying. It's fine. But his little face is so stinking cute. And so he has his hands up in the air and says all done. So that's what I want to title it. I moved that title 3 times. It is not glued down now. Even I'm about to do that before I put it away, but I wanted to sit here and look at it and make sure I'm still happy with where it is. And I am. So, but anyway, I did journal on here and just wrote that, when he would slow down, I'd asked him and he said all done. And so I took the cake away and he didn't get mad at me. He was fine. And I think he was just happy that he still had like a half a piece of cake on his hands to eat if he was hungry. Till we put him in the sink. So you'll be seeing that later. If you want to see more pictures of this cute little Patooter and his birthday party, you can definitely check that out. They will be here over the next little bit. I hope you'll go check out everybody's hopping along with 30 Days of Sketches and all the fun sketches and how people are using them. Like I said, I flipped mine around, but other people may do it exactly or very close. I would love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. And I hope you'll come back and hang out with me. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Your time is precious, and I know that, so I appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.